The resultant of two or more vectors is that single vector which produces the same effect as produced by all the vectors together. Consider, suppose first velocity vector v1 vector is 3 meter per second and v2 vector, it gives a 4 meter per second. v2 vector is equal to 4 meter per second. What is the resultant of both two or more vectors? Then their resultant vector is the vector addition of both two. Therefore, v1 vector plus v vector is equal to v1 vector plus v2 vector. Means resultant of two or more vectors is that single vector which represents the same effect, which is also that two velocities vector v1 and v2, that are the two velocities vector, that the resultant is also velocity vector and which produces the same effect, or as produced by all vectors together. Suppose v1, v2, v3, v4, v5, then summation of both v1 plus v2 plus v4, v3 plus v4 plus v5 is equal to v vector. That v vector is known as resultant vector. Then next type of vector is position vector. Position vector, a vector which gives the position of a particle. A vector which gives the position of a particle. Consider a coordinate system, xy coordinate system, and their origin is O. P point, their position of P point from its coordinate, from its origin, position of the P point from its origin with respect to its origin is, it gives the position of that vector is OP vector. OP vector, position from origin, therefore is represented by R vector. Position vector OP vector is equal to R vector. Hence, a vector which gives the position of a particle at a point with respect to origin of coordinate system is known as position vector. These are the types of vector. First one is zero vector. A vector having zero magnitude are known as zero vector. Second one is null or unit vector. A vector having unit magnitude. A vector having unit magnitude. Magnitude means their magnitude is represented by, consider x bar vector, x vector, and its magnitude is taken as x vector is equal to, is represented by its unit vector along x-axis. Unit vector along x-axis multiplied by its magnitude means x. Therefore, unit vector along x-axis is equal to x vector upon its magnitude means x. X is also denoted by x vector upon mod of x vector. Mod of x vector. Therefore, unit vector is x vector upon x is equal to x vector upon mod of x. That is represented by unit vector. Third one is equal vectors. Vector having same magnitude and same direction are called equal vectors. Negative vectors, vectors having same magnitude but opposite direction are known as negative vector. Resultant vector, if two or more, resultant of two or more vectors, it produces the same effect as produced by all the vectors together. Is known as resultant vector. And position vector, it gives the position of a particle with respect to its origin, are called as position vector. Therefore, these are the types of vectors. You know all about that type of vectors, and then addition, subtraction of the vector addition or vector subtraction and its multiplication.